What's up, you guys? Welcome back. All right, I'm going to start with the oracle cards, and I'm going to start with the current challenge, the advice, and what's under the deck. All right, we're getting the Pontiff of Possibilities. The possibilities are limitless because my soul is limitless in the reverse. You're feeling limited. You're feeling like you can't see maybe a solution, the light at the end of the tunnel. You might feel like you have only limited options, but the truth is there's way more potential and possibility here than you're currently perceiving. We'll see why that is. Let's actually get, before I look at these, a tarot card for each, the challenge and the advice. Okay, challenge, advice. Okay, under the deck is, the Two of Pentacles in the reverse is about needing to make a decision. You've been juggling options, and it's come to the point where you need to drop one of these balls. You can't keep juggling back and forth. You need to make a decision, a clear one. And you might not be making this choice because you feel, again, that for some reason there's a limitation. What's under that Pope Joan? Yeah, the card about going to do some shadow work, Inanna in the reverse. Queen of the Underworld. I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am, but it's reversed. You're not seeing your whole potential yet because there's probably some insecurities and fears and some of your shadow stuff that you haven't integrated yet. And it's creating like limiting beliefs that then are manifesting as these blocks in the real world, right? So yes, this definitely has to do with making a choice, or that's part of the problem. Like you haven't made one. So what is the current challenge? Yeah, see how there is a Pentacles card upright with the card about meditation? It says, when my mind is clear, the way is clear. I am peace, with the Queen of Pentacles. The challenge is that if you've been overly focused, for example, on money, but you haven't been doing the inner work, then the money isn't coming because it's a manifestation of something going on inside of you, for better or worse. And also, it's very hard to feel limitless when we're in scarcity and we're scrambling or we're in survival mode. Even if we're not actually in survival mode, but mentally we're in survival mode, which is something that we pick up usually from childhood when we see our parents either poor, struggling a lot with money, or money felt really hard for them. We usually just bring it with us, and that's stuff we need to clean up in our adult life. So a meditation practice and some type of like shadow work practice, obviously this is literally what I do, you guys. And I have a free like meditation. I had other ones. Now I have a METTA, which is like a heart opening meditation, which, don't get it twisted. Thinking that heart opening has nothing to do with abundance is literally crazy, because abundance is love. Like, love is the path of true abundance. When you are open and generous from a truly loving and selfless place, that's like where you receive everything in your life. It comes from generosity, true generosity, and past life generosity or karma accumulated. So the more that you can focus actually on giving in a loving way, the more you reprogram your mind to then receive in a loving way and with more ease. But there is something going on in your mind. This is part of your financial challenge here. And then the advice is, it's coming back into your power. The prophetess of true power. I call my power back from all times and places. I am my own. And that's coming with the Knight of Cups, which is interesting because I'm talking about love over here, even though there's no love cards. And then I get a love card. And it's the only Cups card here is the advice. And the advice is to be actually more open and available to love. That love is the path of true abundance, you guys. I'll say it over and over because I didn't used to believe this either. I come from New York City corporate life. Like, I was a hustler. Work hard for your money. She works hard for the money. I was busting my ass. And that's, most of us grew up with parents who worked very hard. And in no realm did I think love had anything to do with that. But now I've been through a lot of things, and I've experienced a lot of success. I've experienced a lot of failure. I've experienced feeling very disconnected from love. I've experienced feeling very connected to love when I had a lot, when I didn't have prosperity, like materially, and when I had more. And I can tell you right now that the most abundant I've actually ever felt is when I felt the most loved. Other things obviously help. You want to be able to pay your basic needs, your rent, your food, and things like that. But even when I was struggling with that, the more loved I felt and the more support that I had, the more abundant that I felt. Of course, we have to give it to ourselves. But like I said, love is a very important factor here in your abundance. So let's actually get another tarot card there on the Knight of Cups. What's this about? For advice. The Hierophant. I said this in my last reading. Love is your spiritual lesson, most likely, especially if you're resonating with my content, because this has always been what my work is about. Unconditional love, you know? And all the ways that we learn that, whether that be through our meditation practice, whether that be through our relationships, whether that be through our career and following the thing that brings us the most joy. I just did a podcast about it. Stripped Podcast is back and it's coming out Sunday night. So I've got a new episode coming out at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard this Sunday. And it's all about that. Like, I set things up even in my business and I wasn't really following my joy, even though it was successful and it wasn't bad per se. Like, there's a lot of good to it. But like I said, there's something here about love and joy that is the true prosperity that you haven't quite learned yet. And one more there. That, oh my God, then we get the King of Pentacles. Wow, and that is the complement to the Queen of Pentacles. That's like power couple energy, legacy energy, partnership energy that is stable in the material realm. But do you see how love is the bridge? Yeah, and they're both upright, which I love. There isn't a distortion here, but there's a disconnect with the piece of your path, which is, again, I am peace. My mind, when my mind is clear, then the path becomes clear. Then I can see which decision I need to make, which is probably why you haven't been making a decision. You've been trying to do it, again, head over heart. And for maybe the first time ever, you need to make a heart-centered choice that is intuitive, that is empowered, that might feel really out of your comfort zone, and it might challenge all of your limiting beliefs. And yet that's the choice. You're meant to make the choice that's aligned with love. No matter how crazy it sounds. And other people might be like, are you fucking delulu? Are you okay? Are you unwell? Why are you doing that? But you have to know deep down inside yourself, you probably already tried all these other ways. They didn't get you the result that you were wanting for a reason. So yeah, that's really beautiful. Yeah, I'm seeing the Moon under here, and then the King of Cups in the reverse, and the Five of Pentacles, and then Three of Cups is like that celebratory energy. But there's some fear or illusion, something hiding, or someone hiding still. Maybe their true feelings, maybe they're not hiding their feelings, but they're not taking action based on the feelings that they're feeling. So if you're a King of Cups, or this is you or somebody else, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, if you are feeling discontent right now and you're worried about money, for example, trust and believe that for you, this is not for every person, for you, the path of love is true abundance. You can move from this distorted King of Cups, feeling frustrated, angry, not in love. This could be a person that is in a situation for money, for example, but doesn't have love. Like my last reading, I was talking about the book I'm reading, The 40 Rules of Love, and the woman is married to this wealthy guy and she has everything on paper. But the one thing she wants to do is open her heart to love, and she doesn't have it in her marriage. And she's not happy. And it's like so crazy because everyone's like, no, but your life is perfect. And she's like, but it's not. And so even if you're a person that's had financial abundance, what you probably have never done is make a decision that was truly rooted in love, the real love, not make-believe love, not lust, not infatuation, not greed, not delusion, not your trauma, but like actually love. That probably feels so insane, and yet that is the choice that's going to lead to your prosperity, the real prosperity, which might include money, and it might include lots of it, you never know. But you probably won't know that before you make the choice, which is why it feels so hard, because you probably have to walk away from something or do something, like I said, that feels very unconventional. It's scaring you. There are a lot of fears here. I'm getting fear with the moon tonight, not necessarily deceptive energy, but more fear. Like straight up, I'm fucking scared to do this. I'm afraid that I'm going to be poor, that I will be left out in the cold, that I won't have anything. But remember, this is a limiting belief. It's coming from past experiences that were probably painful. Like I said, did you grow up with no money? Did your parents struggle a lot with money? Have you always had a fear around money that you've carried with you your whole life? Money is hard. Money is painful. Money is the root of all evil. Rich people are evil. Money is bad. We pick up a lot of this from our family. And then as adults, we need to clean it up or we're fucked. You know what I mean? Like, this is our responsibility. This is why I help people do this through meditation, through spiritual practice. And like I said, I've had a lot and then I've had nothing. I mean, nothing. I've lost all my money. I know I was never wealthy, but I was comfortable and then I really was uncomfortable. And it was like, I've been in both places, and I know that through my spiritual practice, the true abundance is rooted in love. Everything else follows that. And now I am so blessed. I have everything I need. And it's not perfect, but it's like, I know that my karma has amplified because of this belief and this generosity over the last decade, because I was on the struggle bus, you guys. When I left my corporate job and my marriage ended and all my money fell apart and I had to start basically from scratch, it was fucking hard, but thank God. Like, I have no regrets. I'll never look back. Everything is so much better now. But that's only because it was earned through faith, through trust, through making choices like this that, again, are rooted in love but might seem crazy. So let me just check the time because I want to keep this one short and sweet, 12 minutes. Let's get one advice card from, I picked up the masculine deck, so we'll take it from this deck. One overall message to end this reading tonight. This feels really clear. Again, it's easier said than done. You have to do it to believe it. But I'm telling you right now, I've made so many choices like this, and not one of them have I regretted. It doesn't mean it was comfortable. It can be super uncomfortable in the process of it, but like, it was always the right move. All right, we're getting, I don't know what this card means. I think it's Geb, G-E-B, and it must be Egyptian because he's got the Ankh around his neck, which is the symbol of eternal life and also of union of the masculine and feminine. So let's look him up. What is he about? It says, life is your canvas and you are the creator. Oh my God, I love this. Find purpose and joy, not obligation, and embrace the transformative power of living authentically with creative intent. This is literally what I said about my podcast that is coming out Sunday. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Because I was saying, like, I created a business that felt like a lot of hard work. A mistake, you know? It says life is a blank slate. The meaning you construct produces significance. Creator gods can make whatever they decide to. Life means whatever you decide it means. You don't have to prove anything to anyone, not even to yourself. Simply being here and experiencing is your overarching purpose. And it says, you don't need to single-handedly solve all the world's problems either. You are one person amongst billions. Release the pressure atop your shoulders. If you want to impact the world, do so by simply enjoying yourself. Yes, the more people live in a content, open-hearted space, the better. A simple life, such as meditating, gardening, reading by the fire at night, can be more transformative for the world than working hard at a goal you've decided makes you worthy. Overproductivity because you don't feel worthy or enough leaves you stressed and hollow. Find purpose because it incites joy or peace from deep within, not as a marker of your worth. Spread light wherever you are. A spiritual career is not the only way to bring forth change. Impactful people are needed everywhere. Even just smiling at a stranger, you guys. Like, the way you live your life is your purpose. Seek purpose out of wonderment, not duty. There's nothing you're obligated to do. Do what you feel will be great rather than what you think is laid out for you. You don't have to figure out what the universe wants you to do. You're a part of it. You don't have to stumble across your one destined mission. It can be many small things, winding on a path, one workshop that segues into a string of events leading to a full repertoire. But it says there's an insurmountable power to be found by living immersed in your joy. Instead of feeling adrift, you feel momentum driving you toward a more meaningful future. Like, that is absolutely not only the message of this reading, and we've got the power card here, and we've got like limitless possibility. But like I said, you're limiting yourself somehow. But this is the whole ethos of my business, and this is the movement that I'm making this year into my own joy, into how I live my life. It's not all about selling and business and offering something, teaching something. It's like living. Embodiment is the deepest bliss, and how you live your life and share that. Sometimes that's just it, you guys. That's enough. If that's inspiring to people, that's your purpose. You know, it doesn't have to be this like one singular thing or the thing that makes you money or whatever. So again, that's why I made the podcast about don't be afraid to pivot or make adjustments and make refinements. If you're feeling obliged to do things that fucking drain you and you hate it, or again, you're so worried about money that you're gonna just suffer forever about it, it's like you're missing the lesson. The lesson is love leads you to abundance. The joy, the love, the feeling open-hearted. That's the Knight of Cups is all about having an open heart and expressing something loving from that place. That's the advice. That's the way you move forward here. Again, it's probably going to be out of the box for you. You're probably going to like shock people and yourself, but trust me, I do not see that you'll have regrets here. But again, you probably need to meditate on this and clear out your mind a bit more so that you have the courage to make the move. If you need support with this, book a clarity session, you guys. I offer 60-minute sessions. And I also send follow-up resources so that you can keep the momentum going after the call. I don't leave you hanging. Like, I'll send you other meditations and things personalized for where you're at to keep you moving after we talk. So it's well worth the value. The link for that is below. Like I said, Strip Podcast comes out Sunday nights. Expect the next one on Sunday. And follow the podcast if you want updates. And everything else is in the links below. Otherwise, mwah! See you guys in the next one.